SeaWorld San Antonio has a decent, though not great collection of coasters. For years, this SeaWorld had the most coasters of any SeaWorld. But since the debut of Icebreaker at SeaWorld Orlando, it has fallen well behind in its coaster count. Depending on one's taste in coasters, especially considering the young and family demographics that this park caters to, any coaster in this park could be your favorite. But how do I rank these coasters? Find out in this countdown. Number 6. Great White. I am not a big fan of B&M inverts and Batman the Ride clones, so most enthusiasts will rank this coaster much higher. Though this is one of the least popular coasters at the park, partly because of its high capacity and partly because of those inversions. The two vertical loops are strong and forceful, and the grass underneath you is a nice visual, though not really relating to sharks. There is a mild station theming to this effect, which is better than most SeaWorld coasters, so that is nice to see. But the final inversions and overall sequence just beats me up too much for it to be an enjoyable coaster. Not ranked. Super Grover's Boxcar Derby. This coaster was removed as part of the rebranding of the Bay of Play into Rescue Junior. But it provided a great kiddie coaster for those scared of larger rides, and is the only coaster at this park that my wife rode. With a decent drop, the beauty of this coaster was that twisted turn after the drop, followed by a decent bunny hill. A truly wild and strong element in sequence that made this a better than average kiddie coaster. With the strong crowds of young kids that this park sees, not having a coaster like this is a true miss for its lineup. Number 5. Wavebreaker the Rescue Coaster. I have ranked this coaster higher, but it just has not been as impressive for me with multiple re-rides. The theming is poorly done, and the show scene is barely working as of late. Racing over the water is a great visual, but the forces are actually better for me towards the middle of the train. The hills are also a bit too high for those who might be scared to ride, so although it is a fun family coaster, it is not as accessible as it could be. With one train operations, this line will crawl, which is unfortunate as it is easily the most popular coaster at the park due to its large family appeal. Number 4. Journey to Atlantis. This coaster is all about its first drop, as that backwards drop can be really fun. Though, with many re-rides, it has lost some of its appeal and charm to me. With the main drop offering a nice drop and splash as well, this does nice things as a roller coaster, even if the layout is very basic. The lack of theming is also kind of unfortunate, especially for families, but doesn't really hurt the coaster experience that much, in my opinion. Number 3. Beach Rescue Racer. This new for 2025 coaster does a lot of things right as a roller coaster. With an elongated bunny hill after the first drop, it feels like that initial drop lasts forever. Then, you're blasted through 3 strong helixes that are some of the best forces I've felt on similar turns, especially for a coaster of this scale. The bunny hill finale is decent, but not great, but does highlight how this coaster throws a nice amount of forces at riders. As a coaster, this rocks, but as a kiddie coaster or even a family coaster, it might do a bit too much, which, given the younger guests this coaster is designed to please, might make it not as good of a fit as it otherwise should be. Number 2. Texas Stingray. This great coaster's international wood coaster gets a lot of praise for its airtime, and the unique airtime gimmick of being thrown side to side in one's car really makes you feel like you're flying like a stingray through the ocean. With a wild layout, this coaster can throw a nice number of punches at riders. However, I take issue with the restraints, as if they are not loose, they can really limit one's airtime and diminish the entire experience. The first drop is also pretty subpar, and there's a lot more that I want from a roller coaster. Even if I have been getting better rides in the front row more recently. Number 1. Steel Eel. This coaster stood as my all-time favorite coaster for years, and its floater airtime over its hills is elite. Towards the back of the train, the whip up and down can really hurt, so most guests will prefer sitting towards the front, with the front row giving the best overall experience. This is a one-trick pony for the airtime over its hills, but historically that has been absolutely excellent. In late 2024, the Steel Eel received new seatbelts, which are not as worn as the old ones, and this has significantly diminished the airtime for me, knocking it down from my favorite overall coaster. While safer and a solid investment in the future of this coaster, it is unfortunate that this coaster only offers a pretty good ride now versus the elite airtime that it had been giving to me for years. Which coasters at SeaWorld San Antonio are your favorite? Do you feel they have a good mix of family and thrill coasters? Which coaster would you like to see added to this park if you could? Let me know, and as always, Cocoon Crop.